Hi Pisces, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your August 2024 tarot reading. Thank you to those of you who've liked, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. And for those of you new to the channel, as far as what may in front of us, the Celtic Crossbar as always, and also pulled the Four Agreements and Wisdom Oracle card for you guys. But we're actually going to start the reading off by rolling those astrology dice we have in front of us to get an idea of where your focus should be as far as that goes. Alright, so we have two second house energy for you guys as Aries. Second house in general points to possessions, self-worth, finances. We have Chiron there and a North Node there as well. Alright, we have Capricorn, and Capricorn is actually your 11th house of friendships, hopes and wishes, and groups. At the time of recording this, we're just about to have that second full moon in Capricorn, so it makes sense to see that energy coming up for you guys in that regard. And we have Mercury. So Mercury actually is going to start a retrograde. First few days into August is when it's going to start pretty much, and it'll initially be in Virgo, which is your 7th house of partnerships, contracts, relationships, but it'll backtrack into Leo, which is your 6th house of work, health, and daily routines. So that would be some impact on those areas of life for you guys, but we'll keep those in mind as we go through the main spread. In the main situation position, we have Strength, which is the major arcana card for Leo, and challenge in that we have the Wheel of Fortune, which is Jupiter energy. So interesting energy to see as a challenge, right? So I feel like this is saying this could play out a couple of different ways for some of you. Now, especially keeping in mind what we just said about the Mercury retrograde that's going to be happening in August. I feel like this is saying that for some of you, there's something that you've been biting your tongue on for a long time. I feel like Jupiter's coming out as a challenge to say, hey, time's right to finally get it out there, right? Now, on the flip side of that, for those of you, if this is an idea that just recently came to you, right? So let's say within the past week or two even, like this is saying that that's the case, if this is more of a brand new thing that came to mind that you want to speak on, I feel like Jupiter's come up in that regard to say, well, hold on, make sure you have all the details straight before you come out and say something. So obviously, you know which of those situations it is for you. So, for example, Mercury started its pre-retrograde cycle mid-July, right? So, if it was something that, let's say, happened within the past couple weeks, then yeah, this could be saying, hold off on that, don't act on it just yet. But if this is something that you've been thinking about for months or even longer than that, I feel like Jupiter in that regard saying, hey, this is the time to act on it. So, something to keep in mind with that. All right, in the foundation position, we have the Two of Swords. So yeah, I do have to say, with this in a foundation position, it makes it seem a little more likely that for some of you this is something that you've been thinking about for a long time. So if that's the case, it seems like it's more likely that you would have to actually speak out on a situation. That's what I see with that. And this can be related to finances for some of you, possibly even relationships. All right, in the past position, we have the Devil. So we did see the Capricorn energy come up with your dice as well. So yeah, it could just be saying that maybe this was something that you've needed to break free from a while. And even though, like I just said, we're just about to have that second full moon in Capricorn, given that this is a reading for August, this could just be saying that that second full moon could have been pretty impactful as far as the situation where you feel like, you know, you needed to break free from it, but we're having difficulty doing so. Right. In the present position, we have the Tower. So yeah, so I will say if this is something that you've needed to break free from a long time, I feel like this Tower energy saying that it will actually end up taking place this month anyway. Whereas for others of you, like I said, if this is, let's say, something, a brand new insight that came to you very recently, that could be why it's telling you to hold off on that, because it's saying, hey, there might be a Tower moment that's going to come through, and then you'll see the situation more clearly after that. So again, like we said, it's a little tricky as far as there's going to be some of you who this is something you've been dealing with for a long time, and if that's the case, it's going to break free in that regard. And if this is something more brand new that you're wanting to act on, I feel like it's saying just hold off a bit until you see more detail. All right, in the near future position, we have the Eight of Wands. So the good thing is to see that Tower moment. Right after that, we see all this movement here. So to me, this says that this could have been tied to that devil energy where you did feel like you needed to break free from something. It looks like once you do, you're actually going to see things start to move and flow a lot better from that point on. So even though the tower energy is never a comfortable thing to go through, looks like it was needed in some way to actually get some forward movement going for you guys. All right, and the position of your influence in the situation, we have the Six of Pentacles. So yeah, to me, this says that you seems like you definitely want to approach things with fairness, right? Maybe restore balance. So, for example, if this was someone that maybe you had a falling out with in some way, and you did want to get things back on track with them, that could be where this is coming in place there, right? Where it's saying, hey, if you've been holding back on letting them know how you feel and trying to get things back on track with them, this is the time to do it, right? So that's more the case where this is more of an ongoing situation you guys have been dealing with. Looks like this month you do want to come forward and actually speak with them and restore the balance. All right, in the environment position, we have the Eight of Cups. So this is actually a Pisces card here. So yeah, it could just be saying that now with the things that unfold this month, it's going to show you what truly is fulfilling for you and what's not. And anything that you find isn't fulfilling anymore, you would be more likely to walk away from it with the energies at play this month. All right, in the hopes or fears position, we have the World. So I'm going to assume this is a hope for most of you, right? Where you're like, okay, obviously, like we said, the Tower energy isn't always the easiest to go through. So you could just be like, okay, hopefully I could chalk this up to a lesson learned, right? And then I have to repeat this cycle again, and I can move on knowing that, okay, yes, I did the right thing, right? I'm away from this situation now, and I won't repeat that cycle again. All right, in the outcome position, we have the Five of Wands, which is Leo energy here. So yeah, this could definitely point to conflicts, right? So like I said, definitely with that Wheel of Fortune and Challenger position, like I said, if this is something brand new that came to mind that you want to speak on, it might be best to wait on it a little bit. Whereas if this is something that's been ongoing for a long time, you are better off to speak out. But yeah, seeing this, it looks like it could just be pointing to a minor conflict, but given that you have some more major arcana cards at play here, it doesn't seem like it would cause like a lasting effect. So it could just be one of those things that happens in passing, and then a week or two later, you're totally over it and not even thinking about it anymore. All right, and bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Cups. So yeah, this is Cancer energy here. So another indicator that, of course, people tend to think romance first when they see this card with the cups and everything and the two people facing each other. But yes, it can be that, but it can be partnerships of all kinds. Although seeing the lovers beneath that seems to amplify that, yeah, for a lot of you, could be more of a romantic thing. But like this is just saying that you do want to get on the same page with someone. And like I said, for some of you, maybe this was someone that you had a falling out with already. Others of you, if this is someone new, it's saying, just to pace yourself and make sure you're seeing the situation clearly, like we said, especially with the Mercury retrograde at play. But that's what I see with that. All right, and from the Four Agreements deck, we have be impeccable with your word, create a beautiful dream. All right, it says your word can create the most beautiful dream, or your word can destroy everything around you. Impeccability of the word only creates beauty, love, and heaven on earth. So, somewhat of a dramatic message, right? But it does make me think of, like we said, it will be the Mercury retrograde. We see at least some potential for a little bit of misunderstandings and conflict. So, definitely sounds like a good message to keep in mind for this month. All right, and from the Wisdom of the Oracle, we have Between Worlds. There's the artwork, and the number is 3. So we'll see what this has to say. All right, essential meanings says transitions, not being quite out of one situation and fully engaged in another, temporary blindness, no man's land. The Oracle's message, between the worlds is where you must let go of the tendency to make assumptions. This is a time when you are unable to see what is ahead. Cultivate curiosity and trust the process of change and growth. You are done learning the lessons of recent experiences. In this place between what was and what will be is a state of making and unmaking and making again. What is essential now is to admit not knowing. There is great freedom and power to be unleashed. The mystery that is not yours to understand weaves the web of life within a divine matrix of consciousness greater than your own thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and decisions. The seeds that were planted in the past begin to take root, but what surfaces will probably not be what you expect. When you are between the worlds, you are invited to see with the curious eyes of a child glimpsing a rainbow for the first time. Do so and you will not be disappointed. See, an interesting message there, right? Because, like I said, for some of you, there does seem to be a split, where for some of you, this is something more of a new thing that you're really feeling this urge to act on, and saying, oh, you might want to just wait that out a little bit. And then for others of you, like I said, this could be something more overdue that you've needed to remove. So hopefully that message resonated. All right, the relationship message says this is a time to explore a new energy between you and another. It is not a moment for certainty, but rather for discovery and curiosity. You don't yet know if this will last forever, so allow yourself to explore who you are and what is reflected back to you. This relationship is meant to educate you about yourself. What do you need? What do you like or dislike? What values are important to you? You're in a critical phase of your relationship that is not to be dismissed or hurried. So yeah, definitely an interesting message there, right? Because for some of you, even that could be what that tower is pointing to, saying that, as you do interact with this person, you might come to some shocking realizations about yourself, right? And what you do like, what you don't like. So it could just be saying that this is just a natural process that you're meant to go through, even though it looks like it could be a little volatile at times. All right, the prosperity message says, in your work, sometimes you try things that have worked for others, hoping that you too will be successful. When this symbol appears, it reminds you that sometimes the path to your prosperity is a gamble. Win or lose, you can learn much from what comes of your wager. It's a good time to bet on your skills and talent in new and different arenas. Remain curious, and with the right combination of timing and luck, you will stumble upon something golden that will be unlike anything you've known before. So yeah, definitely an interesting message there, and especially for those of you, like I said, if this is something that you've been holding back on for a long time, that message seems to support that, saying, yeah, the time would be to actually put that out there now. So hopefully that resonates for you guys. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.